Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Aditya in Campex ID 23CA1559. I'm studying in the class Artificial Intelligence of section Devo. Today I'm gonna explain about the topic nested for loops in the subject POP, subject code BPOPS103. So coming to the contents of the topic we have here. What is looping? So today we're going to discuss about what is looping, types of loops in C programming language, and what is nested for loops and syntax for nested for loops, and example of the same nested for loops today. So coming to the first topic we have here. um, what is looping? Looping in C is used to execute the block of code several times according to the condition given in the loop. It means it executes the same code multiple times, so it saves code and also helps to transverse the elements of an array. Looping is defined as repeating the same process multiple times until a specific condition satisfies. In a programming language, a looping statement contains instructions that continuously repeat until a certain condition is reached. So what it basically explains in simple words is that looping is the process of executing the same code multiple amount of times. For example, if I have to print a code, for example, my name is Aditya N. I have to print the same statement around 10 or 15 times. So if I have to print this same statement 10 or 15 times, so if I use the simple looping concept, I can print the same statement 10 to 15 times or whatever desired number of times I want to print it. So if it is less number, so like I have to print it 10 times or 15 times, it's easily I can write 10 to 15 times. But if I have to print the same statement around 100 times or 150 times, I cannot write it easily. I cannot print the same code 100 times. So there we can use the looping concept, where I can just print the code or type the code just once to print the whole output 100 times. That is known as looping. So it is also called as iteration. So iteration means instead of telling the loop has executed 100 times, I can just tell it has iterated 100 times. Instead of telling looping, we can just say it as iteration also. Both are one and the same. And coming to the next topic, what are the types of loops in C programming language? Basically, we have four loops, which is for loop, while loop, do while loop, and nested loops. So for loop is different, while loop is different, do while loop is different, and nested loop is different. While loop and do while loop are basically almost same, but not completely same. They both are basically different, but almost same. But we are not going to discuss about any of the loops here except nested loop. We are going to discuss about nested for loops to be in brief today. We are not going to discuss about any other loops. So coming to the main topic, what is nested loops? Nested loop means a loop statement inside another loop statement. So nested loop means having a loop inside another loop. For example, I'm wearing my glasses over here right now. You can see, if I wear another glass upon this glass, this is called as nesting. So this can be called like nested glasses. I'm wearing two glasses at the same time, a glass inside another glass. So this is called as nested glasses. This also means the same, but in a different kind of language, like nested for loops. This is nested glasses and this is a nested for loop. So that was the first point. And the second point is, this is why a nested loop are called loop inside a loop. As we place a loop inside another loop, it is also called as loop inside another loop. So we can define any number of loop inside another loop. So if this is a loop, this class is a loop, I can place n number of loops inside this loop. There's no limit that I should just place one loop inside another loop. I can place how many ever loops I want to place inside this loop. That is the what is nested for loop. Coming to the syntax part of nested for loop, we have first hashtag include stdio.h, which is used to take the input and give the output. Void main int I comma j. We are using int here, means integer here. So that is what we are going to use. And we have I for the outer loop and j for the inner loop. First we have the outer loop for initialization, condition, and update. So this is the for loop. If the condition is true, it enters the loop. And we have the inner loop, where it is also the same as the outer loop for initialization, condition and update. So if the condition is true for the inner loop, it does whatever the function it is given in the inner loop statements. So whatever the function the inner loop statement is given, that is processed, and if we are, after updating, even if the condition is true, it takes place, and if the condition is false, it goes to the outer for loop, and again the outer for loop is altered, and again the process is repeated until the outer for loop condition is false. So this is what is the syntax of nested for loops. Coming to the example part of nested for loops, we are going to use an example where we can say that print the number of range of numbers of prime numbers from 1 to n. So I have to print the range of numbers, for example from 1 to 10. How many prime numbers do I have? I have to print all the prime numbers. So I'm gonna take that example over here and explain to you what is nested for loop. First we have hashtag include stdio.h and void main, which are the basic concept of each and every program. We have int I comma j comma n comma is prime is equals to 1. So integer is used over here again. I is for the inner loop, j is for the inner I is for the outer loop and j is for the inner loop, and n is the range of numbers. For example, I have 1 to 10. If I have to get 1 to 10, n is n10. If I have to get 1 to 20, n is 20. So that is what n. So is prime is equals to 1, which is the constant value. So first we have the print statement, print f, enter the range, and scanf %d hashtag n. So we have to enter what is the range of numbers I want. I am taking right now 10 as the 1 to 10 as the range of numbers, so I am going to give n value as 10. So after that we have another print statement which states that the prime numbers in between the range 1 to %d, which is 1 to 10, and after that we have our first or outer loop which states that for I is equal to 2 and I is less than or equal to n, which is 10. So 2 is less than or equal to 10, which is true. So as the condition is true, we can execute the outer loop where we have the first statement s prime is equals to 1. So we take the value of s prime is equals to 1, and we come to the inner loop statements where j is equal to 2 and j is less than or equal to I by 2. So the value of I is 1. So no, the value of I is 2. So 2 by 2 is equals to 1. So 2 is less than or equal to 2. 2 is less than or equal to 1, which is false. So we cannot execute the inner for loop. So we come to the next part, which is if s prime double equals to 1. So we had the value of s prime is equals to 1, where after coming inside the first outer loop, we had the value of s prime which was equals to 1. Yes, so the value of s prime is equals to 1. We can print this statement. %d is a prime. So %d value is I, so I value is 2. So we print the statement over here where you can see the output as 2 is a prime. Okay, so the value of I is 2, so we print 2 is a prime. Coming to the outer loop once again, we can see over here I plus plus. So we are incrementing the value of 2 to 3. So the value of I becomes 3. So I is less than or equal to 10, which is again true. Is prime value is the same 1. So we come to the inner loop where we have for j is equals to 2, j is less than or equal to 3 by 2, which is 1.5. As we are using int over here, the 0.5 is not taken into consideration, and we take it as 1 itself. So 2 is less than or equal to 1, which is false once again. So the inner for loop does not executes. So again we come to the value if is prime equals to 1. Yes, the value of is prime is 1 only. So we are gonna take it as 3 is a prime number again, and we go to the outer loop once again where the value of 3 is incremented. So the value of I is incremented from 3 to 4. So the value of s prime is retained as the same 1, and we come to the inner loop where for j is equals to 2 and j is less than or equals to 4 by 2. So we can tell this as 2 is less than or equal to 2, which is true. So this time we are gonna get inside the loop where if I modulus j double equals to 0 means we have 4 modulus 2 double equals to 0. Yes, the 4 modulus of 2 is equal to 0. So the value of is prime changes from 1 to 0. So the statement after that we have the break statement where the loop breaks, and the value of s prime is 0. So if s prime is equals to 1 is false, so the print statement does not print, and the value of I again increments and it becomes 1 again, and the for loop goes on executed until we go to the number of 10. So we have the output over here which says that 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number, and 7 is a prime number. So it prints all the numbers from 1 to 10. 2, 3, 5, 7 are the prime numbers, and none of the other numbers are prime numbers. That is what it states over here. So this was the concept of nested for loops, and thank you for watching my whole video. So if you like the video, make sure you click the like button, and share it with your friends as much as possible, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you.